Hello friends, welcome to the Maybe Investor educational video series. How are you doing? I hope you're having great time trading in the markets. In the previous video, we have talked about many different ways one can identify trades for short, medium or long term in stocks, right? We have talked about many different strategies already, using which you can identify a good entry points in the stocks. Today I'm going to add one more, right? So today we are going to talk about a new way to identify good, very good buying opportunities in the stocks, and that will be using 200 DMA, 200 day moving average. So 200 daily moving average. Okay, how we could effectively use that and find some of the very good trades which is possible in the stocks. Okay, um, I'm sure most of you would have heard of various moving averages. However, it is not easily understood how exactly to use these moving averages in practicality. So we are going to talk about that. Today I'll give you a very good way to identify, these good trades, and we'll identify that, with very little technical skills. You need very, very minute technical skills. You don't need to be expert in technicals at all, and you can still invest in stocks for medium to long term. Okay, and that will be using 200 daily moving averages. Let's see how. Right. Okay, so moving averages, as I said, many of you would have heard of it already. I don't want to define moving averages for this audience because I know they know, what it is, right? But if they are not used properly, they're just plain numbers. Okay, all it shows is some number in terms of price, and compared to current price, you will see whether current price is above that or below that. But how exactly to use it properly? Okay, recognizing stocks behavior around these moving averages is the key. How a stock is behaving, okay, around some of the key moving averages is the main point here. Okay, what are the key moving averages one should track? Okay, you should be tracking these numbers: 20-day moving average, 50-day moving average, 100-day moving average, and 200-day moving average. Because there are various time frame traders, there are various types of people involved who are taking buying or selling decisions in the stocks, and there may be some specific behaviors happening based on their own decision making process, around these key numbers, and that is why they are important. What is 200-day moving average? 200-day moving average basically represents 1 year average of the stock price, right? So typically, if you try to take an average of a stock price for last 1 year, you should be looking at 200 DMA. That's what it represents, right? The key point here, why we are stressing so much on 200 DMA, is that majority of the stocks tracked by institutional investors, who are the key drivers of the stock prices or the stock trends, right? So these big guys, these smart guys, smart money, big money, these institutional guys, they exhibit good support resistance behavior around these 200 DMA. The stocks exhibit good support resistance behavior around this 200 DMA because the way people behave, the big guys behave, and the amount of importance they give to 200-day moving average. And remember, when I'm saying 200-day moving average, I am only talking about simple moving average, not exponential. Okay, so just use simple 200-day moving average and try to identify whether a stock is repeatedly taking support from 200 DMA line or taking exhibiting support and resistances around this line. This is the only thing you have to identify. You don't know any other technicals, you don't require any other technical skill. all you need to do is open the price chart. Okay, put simple moving average, configure it to show you 200 DMA. So change the number, configuration number to 200, right? It will start showing you 200 DMA. Be in the daily chart. You have to be in the daily chart, right? Then only it will show you DMA. Okay, so once you do this, just observe the various stocks behavior. If stock is historically repeatedly, forming peaks or bottoms, that's what taking support or resistance means, right? If a stock is forming tops or bottoms repeatedly around 200 DMA line, you should feel happy about it first of all, and then look for buying or selling opportunities whenever 200 DMA is either broken, or even you can take trades when it is taking support, bouncing back after taking support from 200 DMA, or when it has broken beyond 200 DMA, okay, at some point of time. So you just should be knowing that this stock has this behavior, right? And that's the only technical skill you need, nothing else. Okay, so tracking this kind of behavior, definitely you can get very good medium to long term trades in the stocks. Okay, as always, volume you should never forget. I think any strategies I would have mentioned, volume is always the key. Here also volume is very important. Along with this behavior and breakout beyond 200 DMA, you should still track the volume whenever there is a breakout happening beyond a key resistance level. We are talking about here 200 DMA line working as a key resistance level, right? So, and if that resistance is crossed by the price with band baja barat, I call it, huge volume, I mean, right? So when a stock crosses major resistance like 200 DMA on upside with huge volume, that is the time you should look to buy that stock for medium to long term. Okay, and of course follow your money management, trade management, and follow your other methods which you have learned in my other videos, how to take profit, how to exit from your trades, right? Okay, so that's it. It is as simple as that. So let's look at some of the examples to make things crystal clear for you. Okay, as always, I love the examples, and they always help you to clarify most of your doubts. So let's go to our great friend Amy Broker. I love Amy Broker. It's nice tool, really nice tool. It's very flexible, but right now we are only talking about just having the chart, price chart, like you see it here. Don't look at these indicators, not supposed to be used right now. Okay, so just this chart, and so look at the gray line. This gray line is basically my simple moving average configured to show me 200 DMA. Okay, don't even look at other smaller lines. All right, and let's take a look at few examples. This is EID Perry sugar stock, right? EID Perry, and we are going to look at just the behavior of the chart. If you see around the gray line, is it forming tops or bottoms? It is. See these tops, this top, again second top, and again third top, fourth top. Okay, then here when it crossed 200 DMA, it had a huge volume, it crossed up, and when it dipped, it took support again, right? So before crossing it was a resistance, then and it dipped, it became a support, just like any other support resistance line, right? So it respects this 200 DMA line again and gave a good upside. Then when this cross down happened again recently, now after that cross down, now it has broken up here on 28th May. Okay, this is daily chart, by the way. Okay, so we know that historically it takes good support, or resistance around 200 DMA, right? And now when we see on this day this day and this day, actually it's 27 and 28th May, it has crossed the 200 DMA resistance, which is a major resistance as per the history we have observed in this chart, right? And you look at the volume here, look at the volume here. I'm just trying to mark this. No. Okay. I should be able to mark in the volume area also, why not, right? Yeah, this one. Look at this volume on 28th May. It's huge. So that signifies, this volume is the main indicator for you on top of 200 DMA, that it signifies that now it wants to remain up above 200 DMA for some good foreseeable time in the future. Okay, so that this around this date, either on 28th May or next day also, you should be buying the stocks after you see that high volume is there, and then go for a ride. Okay, it's given very good profit, 25-30% profit it has given after that. Okay, another similar example I can show in Birlasoft. Let's see Birlasoft, Bsoft. NSE symbol is Bsoft. Okay, daily chart again. Just let's see the historical behavior of this stock. You see here, taking resistance, then crossing down, and then taking resistance here. Here many times it has formed top around 200 DMA. Once it came down, and then in between it went up. And when it went up with good volume, gave a good swing. Then of course this corona fall is there in every chart, right? It fell down below that, and now recently it has again gone up above the 200 DMA resistance with huge volume again on 21st May. Okay, big volume. If you observe any consolidation pattern around this line and then breakout, that's even better, even more. It will give you more confidence. But if you just see volumes like this, 2-3 times volume then average, right, crossing the 200 DMA in a stock which exhibits historical behavior of respecting 200 DMA. I mean, it's very important. You have to analyze the history, make sure that stock exhibits repeated behavior of taking resistance or support from 200 DMA line, and if it does that, then observe, whenever it crosses this 200 DMA line with huge volume around that, you should be buying that stock. Upside buying, downside you can short sell also. Okay. Okay, so this day you would have bought, this day you would have bought, whichever day you got good 25-30% already, or you could be just holding even now if your trade management exit rules are not hit yet, right? Okay, so those are couple of examples where we have seen, in fact I have personally traded these stocks also, okay, based on this method. Let us see some potential trades which is coming in the future, right? Few examples I can give you. Say M&M. M&M, see the behavior. Clearly you see that it was taking resistance from at 200 DMA line, my gray line, dip, corona dip, and then it's rising up. Now it has crossed 200 DMA recently, 12th June, right, with again huge volume in these 2 days, right? They're now consolidating. It's, I mean, even as I said, if you see a consolidation just around this crossing, and then you should be expecting another breakout, right? So there's a small, almost rectangle. It's not the ideal rectangle, but almost a small narrow range consolidation, and then in fact already shown a huge volume buying on 2nd July. I would have bought it already, right? First I would have bought on this date itself, 15 June. If not, still it's okay. It is just consolidating and almost ripe to break out. So definitely you should buy it now, right now. Okay, so that's M&M. Let's take few more examples. Hero Moto, another one. Hero Moto. This has already broken. So Hero Moto also has just crossed 200 DMA. Now I'm not going to talk about history because I have shown enough example how you can check whether it is exhibiting good support resistance behavior around 200 DMA or not. You check that, and now Hero Moto has just done a small consolidation, very small bullish head and shoulder also pattern, and then it has broken out here. Okay, in fact it has crossed here also with big volume. So any of these dates you would have bought and already must be sitting in some 7-8% profit, and you can still ride this journey in Hero Moto. But this is little late because it has already risen some 10% after that. So I would have done it some a week back. CRISIL, our rating agency in India, right? Recently crossed it with very good volume for 2-3 days. You see it here. You would have bought. Okay, and one last, Page Industries. Page Industries is right now getting ready to cross. You see, historically it takes very good support, resistance around 200. Many peaks and bottoms are happening. When it crossed with huge volume and price action, right? Same way right now it is getting ready to do that. Just now touched the 200 DMA line with big volume. Okay, so this big volume is kind of indicating that it has the power to cross such a big resistance. Okay, so if you want, you can wait. You don't need to anticipate. You can wait till it breaks out, and then just after the breakout or on the day, it depends on how much it has crossed. Okay, if you are late by 8-10% after this crossing, wait for some correction and then buy it. Okay, don't jump just because you identify a pattern. Okay, don't jump into trades. If you are late, recognize that you are late. 8-10% from your resistance point, if the price has gone up, don't enter. Wait for resistance, wait for some correction and then enter. But do track it. Once it has broken out, track it with volume, then track it and then enter at the decent price. Okay, never go crazy beyond the breakouts and behind the breakouts and chase it at higher prices. You will keep failing in your trades. Okay, so these are all the enough examples. I think it's very easy thing. You don't need a lot of technical analysis, as I said. Just observe the behavior of stocks, identify stocks which have good behavior around 200 DMA, and look for trades in future when it is nearing the 200 DMA and when it breaks out. Okay, all right, so that is all for today. Okay, hope you have learned something useful. We'll publish our stock selections based on our trading methods, right? In where? In our journal. Correct? You know that? I think by now everybody knows that. My journal name is Stock Snehita. It's a monthly journal. So whatever we talk in our videos and different methods of picking stocks, we apply them and give a fair guidance of certain stocks in this monthly journal, which benefits a good regular investor, right? A healthy investor, I would say. So if you want more details about this, you can email me, you can call me, you can visit my website for lots of more information. If you have any query, you can put up query there as well. Our website is www.maveinvestor.com. all right, so that is all for today. Looking forward to talk about something new next time. Till then, goodbye. Wish you a great time in the market. Enjoy your trading. To get informed on new videos, it is best to subscribe our YouTube channel, Mavy Investor. Okay, so do that. Once again, thank you and have a great time.